Alright, so today we have a featured premiere. It was an hour-and-a-half stream. We're just going to go through the VOD, talk about stuff that needs to be talked about. We're going to scrape through it a little bit. I think there was a Q&A at the end. I'll probably put a little of that in. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 90. I don't think it's going to be an hour. I think I'm going to jump around. Sort of get the bigger. Basically give you the crux of the information here, because I know sometimes these streams get a little bit long-winded, which we don't want to have happen, at least around here. So let's jump into these live streams that I think are happening weekly, and then we'll sort of go into it and talk about what we need to talk about and all of that fun stuff. Let's get into it. All right, so the first feature premiere. Here we go.
List of new updates for you all, and we're going to start with ambush hitting. What is it?
Ambush hitting. Everybody's wondering. Well, all of you that know baseball lingo, ambushing a fastball would be like teeing off on a first pitch fastball, inside or outside. You're looking away or you're looking in, and you just smoke it. Perfect, right? Mm-hmm. It's an extension of our zone hitting mechanic. So yeah, super excited to have this new feature in the game.
So then you bring it from the baseball perspective. How do our...
I sort of find what they say here interesting, because one, like they say it's an extension, but like if you saw, you sort of see it like this is just an inner piece yet. This isn't bigger, and it doesn't get...
within MLB The Show.
It doesn't get any bigger. I don't know. I guess the whole thing is we haven't seen it yet, and the way they're doing this, I don't know if they're sort of like, hey, show it off and all that stuff.
How can they predict the pitches?
Yeah, so that's super cool, and I'm so excited about this. Obviously, we're all baseball people here, and having...
I would hope you're all baseball people.
Life, understanding what it's like to face a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, let alone a 105-mile-an-hour nowadays, these guys in the big leagues. You got to
missed that one. Who's under it?
These guys can't walk up to the plate, look for a fastball in, and look for a fastball away. You just can't do it. So especially when you're ahead in the count, ambush hitting gives you the ability to kind of attack and have your own little scouting report and plan based on how that pitcher's attacking you that day. So if I look for a fastball in, I move the right stick to the left if I'm a right-handed hitter, and I can jump on that inside fastball. And what it does is it gives you a little bit of an edge. It gives you basically a bigger bat and a little better timing window, right? But if I guess wrong, it's going to shrink that PCI. So on the opposite side, probably shrinks it about 2 difficulties higher, and your timing.
So they say 2 difficulties higher. So All-Star would jump to what? Legend on a miss. Okay. I want to know what the pros of that is. Oh, there you go. I did see it.
When you guess the wrong side. So just like in real life, actually, like if I'm looking away for a fastball,
can he stop hitting his mic? Golly, guys.
Yeah, it lights my eyes up and he hangs it. I can still hit a perfect. So it doesn't take anything away from you other than the size of your bat.
I don't know why he keeps smacking his mic. It's gonna drive me insane. The thing I'm going to, this isn't new, mind you. I'm gonna say pushback, but it's not a pushback in the sense that you think it is. When he's talking about like going to the plate with a plan. I know when I played, I never necessarily was looking for inside or outside. I just sort of looked at a pitch. Granted, this is how it's taught. It's like you look for a pitch, you don't necessarily look for a location, because you don't want to be stuck. Because the whole thing is what they're implementing is, let's say for instance, like you said, you ambush an inside cutter, okay, which is normal for righties and lefties, like inside cutter. If you with that, yeah, you're gonna be pulling it in more, but then you don't have time to adjust. And I think rather than, one, I get it because you don't necessarily want them to guess the pitch and all that, but when it comes to like sequencing and stuff, which I think is going to be really big, is understanding how to sequence and do sequencing really, really well. I might make a video on tunneling and sequencing, but one of the things that I don't think that they might be missing here, especially for people who played the game, and I don't mean just like at a high level, is that mentality of a lot of times I can only speak for myself, where it was like if I'm watching a guy, I'm not necessarily thinking in, I'm more concerned about the pitch he's throwing, because if I start thinking, oh, cutter middle third in, if it's something away, like he's throwing that cutter away because I've seen it in so many times, then I'm not going to be able to react to it. That's the only downside to it, which again, sequencing and tunneling I think is going to be a bigger key. And like I said, I might make a video on it, but I just sort of wanted to expand upon that portion. A little
No,
bit.
that's
A
no
little
big
bit.
deal. It's great to see that prediction within the game. I mean, I know I've hung some curveballs for you. I can only imagine if you had ambush hitting
Right.
at that time, what
I know.
that could have resulted
Yeah,
in.
you got payback coming to me. I know.
Oh, I got you.
He's sitting his mic and it's gonna drive me insane.
Too is like, I know for me, I use a PCI when I'm playing, and so I'm always leaning a little bit inside and leaning a little bit outside. But now I have that extra motivator with ambush hitting. It's gonna reward me when I guess inside correctly. The pitch comes inside, boom, I demolish it.
See, this is the thing.
Outside,
I think that's the thing I think is going to be the biggest learning curve. And it's going to be not only a learning curve, I think it's going to be something that... How am I going to put this? I think it's not going to be separated like they think. I think most people might not use it unless they feel like they need to. And the reason why I'm saying that is when it comes to the way the game plays, and I think the game within the game is played, is... Especially if we know this and you know tendencies, you know, like basic things, you can kind of like look at a weapons bar and sort of assume where the heat area will be. And plus two, you have the in-game stuff to where you can see at any point, hey, the information of, hey, this is where he's been throwing, this is where he's getting me out. Okay, I could assume that this is going to happen. Where again, we're going to have the people who can tunnel and sequence are going to be that much further ahead of somebody who can't. And I think that's going to be this great equalizer here. And no matter how they want to word it or how they want to put it. And I think that's part of this. This is going to be the part of this ongoing thing as we go along, especially this new aggravated, aggressive hitting that you're going to be seeing. I think you're going to see a lot more of this people trying to be more cerebral and working themselves out of situations rather than preparing themselves to be in the situations, because they're going to be overthinking and looking for one particular thing versus reacting to what's happening. But again, I don't necessarily know how often you're gonna be using ambush hitting. Because if it's going to the whole thing of like, hey, now where that PCI is going to be, that's kind of what you're looking at, that could be different. But I don't think that's the case.
I'm guessing inside,
Per se.
you'll have time to make up that window.
But it seems like that's what we're going for.
Side of things, I think it's a game changer as well. You're not going to see in online play what your opponents, which way they're ambushing. So it's constantly going to be a cat and mouse game.
Oh, by the way, here's Vandy's first swing here. And Roger.
What are they doing? And
99 clutch, 99 power. Okay, I don't know what Manny that is.
Everything.
And it's also an option that you can
Might be a starting
opt
Manny.
or not, right? And so essentially,
Oh, they said he could opt in.
You're already sitting with your PCI in if you're looking in, right? You're already sitting with your PCI out, or you're locking it in.
So he just said you don't have to opt into it. So I don't know if this is a toggle you can turn on and off, because if that's the case, that's interesting. Because if it's like your eyes going there, so where that PCI is, if it's in there, it's going to be bigger. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be a click functionality.
Position based on how you like to.
Golly, he is pitting the piss out of Roger Clemens.
For you. So you can either opt in or not. And for me, playing this game, I like using it ahead in the count, right? So as long as I'm not behind in the count, then I'm using my ambush hitting. And, you know, if I'm looking inside and he throws it away, I just let it go. And if I'm looking away, he throws it inside, I just let it go. I get the 2 strikes, I don't use it anymore, and now I'm battling up there.
Interesting.
I'm hearing, you know, you get to pick a side on the play.
Oh, this is Seabrev.
Zero in. This is all optional. Remember that as a hitter. And that PCI is going to scale to your benefit, or it could actually hurt you if you pick the wrong side. And I can't wait to go through this in the live portion. Kind of talk.
Here's my question to, and this is mainly not from me, but high level players, is hype realistically, depending on how big it is, most of the time you'll hear people say, you know, like missing small. I wonder if it'll help people a little bit more, because they're not, their eyes gonna get shrunk down. And I don't mean in the sense of like, how do I word this? I think there's missing small is, I think, better in some instances, because yeah, you could be looking, and I think the one thing that I don't know why they're trying to either stumbling over the words or not saying this is, if you're, let's say you're looking in and it's going away, you, like they said, you could still hit it. It's just you're gonna miss small. You'll be hitting small and missing small, right? But I wonder if you are used to those smaller like windows, I wonder how much it'll affect you, because like realistically, you can still make contact and get hit. I like I said, I want to see this more like in actual play and feel it than hear people talk about it.
It's definitely a huge change.
But we'll see.
Demo the Show 25. But that's not the only thing new in gameplay.
Oh, guys, not.
Look at new infield reactions, and I'm talking about jumps at ground balls. Chris Gill, talk me through some of this.
Yeah, so
All right, let's talk about this.
Animations for our outfielders for a few years now. One of the things
He had a green one. It got through.
He put in, it really opened up the
Interesting.
So guys that were running down fly balls because
Interesting.
all the time got a little frustrating. So we added in a scaling system based on how good you were.
That angle was also different.
Bad jumps, and you can see the animations and directly relate that to what the ball was.
I do want to say, when it came to jumps in the game, there were some that were horrid. Or it was like an awkward stutter step where, like, if they took that phantom step in and then went back, you knew they were never getting that goddamn ball.
This year, we added them for infielders.
This is interesting to me because the second one, you took a different angle to it. This one was more of this green one's more of a direct angle, and that other one was a deeper angle.
He jumps on ground balls, you don't see it, but in the footwork and how quickly they can react directly.
Can I point? Hold on. This angle's different. He's taking a different angle. He's going back on this ball, whereas the other one he wasn't. So this is the same player. This is Joey Ortiz. Is the first one this year and the second one's this year? Because I'm not following this.
The better the fielder is, the quicker they're going to start. And
is that what that was?
It's very subtle. It's within hundreds of seconds. But
no, hold on. That wasn't subtle.
Between a ground ball getting through
this isn't subtle. This angle's different. So he's got it like the angles are different. That's not a reaction. That's just a route to a ball. I don't. Hold on.
Good jumps and then the perfect jumps. So it really does depend. If you have those attributes that are higher,
you
have a better chance of perfect jump.
But this is hold on. This is the same guy. I assume this is Ortiz, right? So is it still going to be a random chance?
So like you're seeing on the screen right here, we're showing the exact same hit in the exact same location. But we are showing you 3 different start transitions, 3 different animations.
So then it is random.
You can see that he gets to the ball cleanly.
But hold on, this is the thing where this is the same thing. This is going to be the same qualm that I'm going to have then. Is if it's the same hit in the same spot, are the jumps just a hamster spinning the wheel? Because that was 2 different angles.
The other one, you're seeing he's diving for the ball.
Hold on.
And then the yellow one, I should have said the blue one.
Hold on.
Second, but it makes a big difference.
I want to see this again. Hold on. I want to see this.
We are showing you 3 different start transitions.
Because
From perspective, you're not going to see these crazy jumps on ground balls. You don't see it.
Because this is the thing I don't understand. And they say this isn't hundreds of milliseconds. I can tell you right off the rip. At angles. This is the thing, and this is the one thing I don't think either they're explaining it wrong or I'm seeing something very different. This angle on this ball is different. His angle here is a direct shallow cut. So if that ball's hit, and speaking in terms of realism, he's going parallel. If my ball, he's going parallel. He's not going to hit it. Whereas the second one, and this is the thing that I don't understand because it's the same guy. Hold on. This is a deeper angle. That's not 100. Hold on. They're saying hundredths of the millisecond. That's not hundredths of the millisecond. I can tell just by his first step that his angle's different.
And you can see the animations and directly.
Wait, hold on. I don't get.
This year we added them for infielders. It's a little different though. From a baseball perspective, you're not going to see these crazy jumps on ground balls. You don't see it.
That's fine. It's not a crazy jump, but the whole thing is like, is it going to be random? Do I have a shot at him making that shallow angle versus the deeper angle? That's the thing I don't understand that hasn't been explained yet.
Directly is correlated with their attributes.
Because that's a deeper angle.
The better the fielder is, the quicker they're going to start. And we are going to show you with an animation. It's very subtle. It's within hundredths of seconds.
That's not a hundredth of a second, though.
It's a difference between
I can tell by his first step.
Or a 99
because he's slower.
Getting the best jump and going to field.
And it's the same guy.
In 3 different buckets, right? In terms of okay jumps, good jumps and then the perfect jumps. So it really
Perfect's blue.
You have those attributes that are higher, you're gonna have a better chance.
Is it the same guy? But it's the same guy.
to throw the runner out.
So
I-
like you're seeing on the screen right here, we're showing the exact same hit in the exact
Okay.
same location, but we are showing you 3 different start transitions, 3 different animations.
But I want to know.
You can see that he gets to the ball cleanly on his feet. The other one, you're seeing he's diving for the ball. And then the yellow one, I should have said the blue one, obviously he's getting there.
Go green.
The green one.
Green, he gets it on the dive.
And the yellow starts.
He's not gonna get.
He can't even get to the ball. So that's the difference between the 3.
But okay. This is where I'm gonna be the dick and be the Asmongold of the show community. I don't like this because if that's what they're saying, we're still going to be essentially a hamster spinning a wheel. That's not going to make things any easier. If the reaction for a guy is 87, what's the difference between an 87 and an 80 or an 85? Like diamond range is what, 90 or something? So I don't. Are you? Is a diamond fielder, because I know with outfielders it kind of works, but I don't understand when you're showing the same guy. Grant, I know they won't necessarily get the same jump, but I don't understand how it's going to be relayed to a stat, and then in that stat it has 3 different things. I get like they'll have bad jumps or whatever, but you're saying it's the reaction time or the reaction rating.
Like putting your squad together just got even more strategy involved, Connor. What kind of attributes should I be looking
So let's
for
see.
putting my squad together?
Well, for infielders, all fielding attributes matter, whether it's arm accuracy,
Okay.
whatever it is, reaction. But this year specifically, reaction is huge.
So this is okay. So this is what I don't understand. Okay, this is where it's gonna drive me bananas. So this answers my question, I suppose. At 50 diamond shield, majority of the time it's gonna be yellow. Most of the time it won't be. At 75 where it's silver. Majority of the time it should be the blue. Quarter of the time it'll be green, and then 31% will be bad. And if it's a 99 fielder, you're gonna get a good jump every time. So what's 80? I'm guessing 80s, 50s, or something.
For infielders and
Interesting.
outfielders,
But this explains it a little better. But I don't.
when it comes to infield reaction, what
I get percentages change on based on hit. Okay. I mean, I know some balls would still get there, but I'm guessing what you were seeing there was this, because he was taking different angles to it every time, which
you're going to notice
Whew.
is that on screen, you'll
Interesting.
display on this specific hit that we were showing in the previous clip. You're going to see that a 99 is going to get the best perfect reaction 100%
Every time.
of the time, whereas a 50 or a 75
What's an 80?
get okay or good jumps a lot more frequently.
But what's an 80?
Because of that, a lot more balls are going to get through, and you're going to really want to focus on reaction.
Yeah, so essentially it's scaled, right? So the better I am, the more perfect jumps I'm going to get. I got a 99 card, I'm getting perfect all the time. I got a 25 guy out there, shortstop, I'm seeing yellow.
Who the hell is doing 25?
0 to 99.
Okay.
Infielders have now reacted to the ball. There's going to be a new throw meter.
All right, the new throw meter. That last segment just made my head hurt. Oof.
Well, everything
Oof.
we do in our game is real life baseball. Let me just start with that.
Yeah.
The baseball season,
Yeah, totally.
ever since I've been here, I
Totes.
preach it.
Totally.
I tell these guys all the time. Everybody knows it. So,
Oh, lordy.
I try to look at real life and try to see how we can emulate that in a video game, but we also have to make the game really fun. So there's a little trade-off here and there that you got to do. The new throwing meter, aside from aesthetics and it looking better, which
Can you throw guys out on greens? No.
we made some adjustments. Essentially, the most important adjustment was the blue perfect throw.
Right.
Everybody knows how hard it is to get an assist.
Okay, you got a green
Throw a
jump.
runner out at the plate or at third base, right? Or even a guy at second when the ball's hit down the line. When you're fielders. So we had to make that adjustment the last couple years to make sure that it was a little bit more difficult to hit that perfect.
I like to point out how they're using meter and not whatever it is, the pinpoint. I just want to throw that out there.
line. I don't think we did a great job of doing that, so we made some adjustments. And one of the problems, I think, everybody's starting to get a little bit more used to the throw meter.
You hear that? Gil is telling that you all are all very good at this game. We need to keep challenging you.
Well, and we got a lot of feedback too, so I think at the end of the day,
I want to be involved in the feedback. Please, can I be one of the cool streamers that gets invited to these meetings, to where I could be the detractor to just shit on everyone and say like, this is stupid? Please, can I get the cool boy invite, please? Like, I mean, granted, no shade towards anyone in the community who does get it, but I have to, like, there's certain aspects where I can tell where I think people, especially when it comes to like BR and stuff, I think there's certain things where people don't talk too much and put things in existence and they go, I didn't do anything. But I digress.
For offense to get what they deserve and not allow the defense to cheat.
It's important to allow the offense to get what they deserve and not have the defense cheat. Buddy, I've been playing this game for 5 years. Let me tell you, I've never felt like the defense is taking shit away from me. Putting that out there, homie.
That doesn't make sense. That correlates to real life. And so what I mean by that is,
I felt like the offense gets way less than anything.
However,
24 for 24.
You can still do it. So we moved the perfect line, the blue, from, like you can see in these videos here, from the middle to the end, which
I think people, this is just my opinion, I think people will get used to it on the end. I don't think it necessarily matters where it's at. I think repetitive motion and repetitiveness will win out. And you'll get used to it regardless of where it is, whether it's dead middle, extreme left, extreme right. People will just get used to the timing over and over again because it's just repetitive. It might not be instant. It might not be that first month or that first strike season, but I'm going to tell you, by probably 3 or 4, maybe even 2.5, I think you'll sort of see people start doing the same thing, at least more and more consistently, because it's not moving.
Higher reward, higher risk.
It's not moving.
If I miss it, I could potentially, if I'm short, I can still be in the green, but if I miss it late, I'm going to be in the red and I'm going to throw wild or offline. So this just...
How much is the red throw?
More incentive to potentially...
Because this is the one thing again. If I'm in the meetings, which I will push and try to get as many subscribers as I can to get in there, is if they're talking about like punishment, that's not necessarily a punishment, because a punishment to me was like it needs to be the chance of an error raises. That's the risk reward. If it's offline like that, and the situation here that they're showing, like second and third, he's still gonna be at second and third. This guy's not going anywhere. I would say if it's gonna be, have like a percentage of being an overthrow. So like there actually is a punishment, so that it feels like there's a risk, because this isn't really a risk. Even if it was a single or something and he's being a little over aggressive, this guy, even if he was still here, probably isn't gonna advance. So I think if you're going to say there's a risk reward, an offline throw like this to me isn't that big of it. I would say like have an error chance, albeit be small or whatever,
and not risk it
just
too much.
Saying
and you're also
just
going
saying
to have a moving meter like we've always had, and just to make sure people understand, that meter will move.
That's
based on
green.
how difficult that play is.
So this was perfect.
Is he in the infield, like running in the hole and trying to do a jump throw,
okay,
or up the middle, or charging a ground ball? Those are also difficult plays, and you'll see that meter move. But in the outfield, it's long distance throws, right? So obviously,
okay, jump.
find the ball if you're not in a good
So
throw
green.
position,
So what's the green?
tag up meter, etc., etc.
Yeah, so I'm hearing
Okay.
more risk reward when it comes to the throw meter. We're gonna move that perfect back to the end of the green essentially. So if you do overshoot it, you're gonna be throwing a bad throw.
But
you're just gonna get
but again, my point of having the throw be over here is not quote unquote a bad throw. Because the reality is if he's safe and that fraction of a second's what's get him, more than likely you clearly want the out, but I'm just gonna say, like, if he's just safe and it's a green throw versus a red throw, the outcome is the same. Just putting it out there. Just saying.
Connor, that's not the only thing.
Just saying. That's all I'm saying.
There's also gonna be some ties to the attributes.
Okay, so it looks like you're small, big, biggest. So it's at the end, but again, I think we'll get used to it, especially like once we get more 99s out there.
To the players themselves.
Absolutely. If
For
we
arm
always
accuracy.
build the green region based on a player's arm accuracy. But new to this year, the blue region is now going to scale as well. on screen you'll see the difference between a 50, a 75, and a 99, and just how drastic and helpful.
I wish they showed an 80, but I think it's gonna be the difference in that.
Arm accuracy guys are going to be able to execute those perfect throws at a higher clip. Defense is going to matter this year in MLB The Show 20.
Shit every year.
Of defense mattering, one of my favorites
Shit every year.
additions to gameplay this year is the new home run rob meter and the changes there. Y'all know
I don't think-
I love robbing my home run.
I don't think I'm gonna have a whole lot of talk on this one.
Yes, he always comes in clutch. Gil, talk me through the home run rob meter.
Yeah, excited about this new feature. We changed the art. So essentially, in years past, the timing of robbing a home run was when the meter got to the top, it was basically telling you when the ball was going to cross
Descend.
over the plane of the fence. And the problem with that is that the animation
It's still loop-de-loop still there.
through speed and like faking how fast it went or how slow it went because they didn't line up perfectly. So now the new change is a whole new system where you can see on the screen the new green region.
Oh, so he's not okay.
And what that's allowing you to do is it gives you the ability to jump or use the jump button a little bit earlier or right on time if you get there at the right time. And what I mean by that is if I'm
He's still
running
banging his
at the warning
desk.
track and the line is getting into the green region, I can hit jump as I'm getting on the warning track, and he will slow down, wait for it, and jump. And so we have
So there's a window
a
now.
lot of
Okay.
animations, a lot of new
So there's just a window.
home run animations that come from every angle.
So you can hit it now.
All the timings from standing
Gotcha.
and running. So
I gotcha.
everything's covered. The only thing that's going to matter is your attribute. And
It's just you getting there.
so you better have some good fielders out there because that's going to be the difference where you can catch it or not.
So I'm hearing way more intelligent animations when it comes to these home run robberies.
100%. Yeah, that's exactly.
I don't know what it is, but I keep thinking this. Is why do they sound bored?
You're right.
Sorry.
Carson,
Sorry.
You know, that's the thing.
Carson.
Like we were limited on what we could do because of the way that the system
That
worked.
ball got
Now
the
that we've
absolute
changed the system,
piss hit
it
out of
allows
it.
us to get there early. You'll see
Ho!
stutter steps, then jump. You'll see climbing the walls from every angle. So if you have those weird cutouts at different stadiums,
Hello.
you'll be able to navigate those awkward cutouts. And it just depends.
That ball is pissed on. I'd be so
You
mad.
could hit jump, and it's not necessarily going to
Okay.
be there when the ball's crossing the wall.
I'm gonna say.
So it's pretty straightforward when you get your hands on it. And we'll show
I'd be
you
pissed if that was
when
me.
we're
Yeah, getting that robbed.
how it works.
But I do want to see this stuff live.
You heard it here first. Defense continues to matter even more so in MLB The Show 25. It's all about squad building and really picking out the attributes that are going to give you the highest advantage as you're playing different plays from the infield to the outfield. I mean, hey, time in Dynasty, we're going back to that year-long power.
I see.
Where
Yeah.
there's a lot of under-the-radar guys that might have, bronze, silver hitting, but that defense, that gold, maybe some diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have.
Are gonna be incredible.
We're gonna have some stellar anti-meta homies again.
Who you throwing out in the outfield?
Oh, there's the pinpoint again.
All 99s, I hope.
Whoa.
But I'm telling you, like, if you hit the point, and in terms of, like,
Are we? This is gonna be an interesting question. Are you gonna see more people willing to use like an Ozzie Smith type player versus like a home run hitting guy now? I think that'd be interesting. Like actual wounded lineups, at least early on.
attribute, or your fielding attribute to see
Not so much later on. Later on, who cares?
middle infielder, your reaction time, outfielder start transitions, rob home runs. Every single thing about our defense, arm accuracy, arm strength, all of those attributes matter. And over time, you're going to see so many positive results.
I hope.
You have a solid team.
I hope.
Defense is going to continue to get a ton of new work in MLB The Show 25. I mean, we talked about this a ton with Ramon, Chris, Connor.
Where is Ramon?
It's something that you've been building on, right? Like defense, you see the outfield. Now you're seeing the transition.
Fantastic.
We want to just continue to keep building and kind of show you guys in real time what's happening under the hood. That goes a lot.
Player attributes.
Exposure that users are going to see in 25. Connor, talk to me a little bit more about it.
I think they kind of have to, right?
You've probably seen diamond badges showing up under the feet, bronze badges
Uh-huh.
showing up under the feet, blue, green, red, yellow arrows shooting out from the feet. Those are basically
Why is he in a jacket?
under the hood things that are constantly happening. They're often extremely subtle. But
So they're showing quirks, right?
red to yellow to green to blue. And you start tying those.
Sorry, I'm smacking my thing.
That are happening in game to these sorts of things.
Mhm.
It really starts to help you understand exactly what's going on and why these players are making.
So in other words, quirks are gonna have, or quirks are gonna matter. Like passives are gonna matter. So time to learn to read gamers, something I don't do very well.
Making the mistakes they're making or making the amazing plays.
Yeah, it's all about just showing you guys what's happening, especially on the defensive end, because there's so much that can happen in terms of branching to an animation, in terms of executing it out. And our goal is
Just have
to
it.
continue to show you guys these.
I mean, truth be told, it should just be input. It should just be player input most of the time. It shouldn't be. Quirk should benefit, buff, or nerf, but I think ultimately it has to come to input. Truthfully.
And continue to iterate on
Truthfully.
We've talked a lot about
Truthfully.
gameplay,
That's just my 20 cents.
gameplay's been working
That's my 2 cents. It needs to be a player input.
Show first person, kind of way to play MLB The Show.
I would hate this because I don't think I could see very well.
Yeah, the first person.
Yeah, this is okay.
I'm gonna be talking to you
I
about,
do.
make sure you understand.
Ah,
Stuff that we
ooh.
put in the road to the show and player lock are going to be tied to the attributes as well. So
Oof.
there's a guy up in road to the show that
Oof.
be doing all these things. The first person cam, it's really cool. I think it's one of my new favorite additions, only because it's just like being able to play from this first person perspective and seeing the ball come down. And you can see in these videos that we're shooting.
I mean,
It's awesome. So the cool thing is,
I
it's not an
don't know
option.
how I like it.
It's an option
Oof.
literally on your screen. You can go in or out of at any time.
I think I go
So,
out of.
Literally in the middle of a play, I can start in third person. As I'm going to chase a fly ball, I can go into first person.
Unless I think like I need to.
I can confirm. I turned 2 as second baseman in the first person cam, and it felt like I was really
In the big leagues?
Yeah.
You thought you were in the big leagues?
No, I think it was in like the minors, but
That's okay.
it's still solid.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I agree.
if it's something like it, it's not for me.
Stuff in the player lock. I mean, we got first base, third base, catcher, cut ball. Talk to me
Catcher would be. I think catcher would be worthwhile.
So the first base, third base, and catcher cut ball features are two separate features. So one is for if you're playing the corner, you're going to be responsible for lining up throws.
Yeah, because you have to do cuts.
Depending on impact plays and how many you get, so there's
Mhm.
try to really go into road to the show and player lock, and very specifically not give you the same plays over and over again. Right?
Even though you
It's important
might.
for us to have a variety of different plays for every single position. So the cut ball feature, which is really cool, if I'm playing first base, certain times. in
Oh, that's cool.
positions there'll be routine base hits to the outfield.
Oh, that's cool. You get a chance to go home or not. That's cool. That that works because that's really what you would do in that situation.
It's my responsibility to cut that ball and then redirect that throw.
True.
You see in these videos here, like,
Yeah, no, this makes sense.
and choose which base
And you're
throw.
and you can see so that
You're gonna have to make that decision. You have like 3 seconds.
I like it. I actually like this a lot. I like that. That's good. That's different. Uh huh. True. Former catcher. Former catcher, corner infielder. Well, I played everywhere, but 37 hits. Jesus.
Yeah, just makes the gameplay feel even more real.
I mean, that's what you have to have is like those instants.
Player locking into franchise mode sometimes, and then of course there's the show. Tons of new gameplay features there. And
So like here, you can tell them like where to go. Third. Yeah, third would be the play. Yep. Okay. I like it. 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 I think this is cool.
giving you guys what you want.
Give them what they want now.
Here, go third. You go a second,
For the actual
or just drop it. That's an
the
option.
new player lock edition for the runners. Chris talked
Swim
about
slide.
the
Okay, so we saw this.
swim moves.
What do we got?
So we did, like, cruise
Woo.
Yeah, so everybody's seen that. You're seeing a couple examples here on the screen, but
PCA.
it's super cool. And we tried to put it in to make it as organic as possible.
So for player lock.
Kind of trick the game to figure out when it's going to pop up. It's very timing specific, and it will only happen at second, third, and at home, obviously.
Interesting.
And the play has to be within a certain threshold. So if I'm trying to stretch a single into a double, or if I'm trying to
Mhm.
go third or second to home, this thing is organically going to pop up, give you an opportunity to kind of trick the catcher, trick the third baseman, trick the second baseman.
Nice.
Make them think that you're coming in with your left hand, or
I like it.
flip them, swim over.
I think that's cool.
But I will say, if you mess up on the swim move, you're going to be out. So
No, it makes sense.
you have to, you got
got the stick skills to pull it off.
Just get used to it.
Yeah, some great additions to player lock.
Get used to it.
We're excited for everyone to get their hands on it.
The last update we have for all of you before you are joined with us on the couch playing this live is all of our quality of life fixes. Connor, we have some good ones this year.
Oh wow, there are a lot of them. A while back we sent out a survey. We got some really.
I don't think I ever did this survey.
Alzheimer's and
I think I got this
online
survey.
So Ashley, what is the first thing people do when they load into a VR game?
Die.
A person who has their plan together will warm up their pitchers.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of good players will know immediately to warm up their pitchers off the rip. That is no longer needed. Warm
Interesting.
pitchers, not a thing anymore in online play.
So you can't look at the
Pitchers
pen.
will be warm, ready to go. So you're not going to constantly be having people pausing to go warm up their next guy based on the lefty righty
By the way, it also means you can't look in their pen to sort of see what they got going.
matchups coming up.
Just pointing that out.
Wanted to load into that battle royale, that ranked game to play right away, not spending the first 30 seconds warming up your goal. But that's not all in the pause timer department, Connor.
They said they shortened it. I heard
Everyone
this.
wanted reduced pause timers, so no more 3 minutes and 30 seconds waiting inside the menus. It's trimmed down to 1:30, and in co-op, it is shared team timers now.
I think it should be 30 seconds or a minute. I don't think it should be a minute and a half.
Speed of play, it just got a
I think
whole
I think it needs more. I think it needs to be a minute.
more quality of life changes that we will get to in the live stream, Connor. Any little sneak peeks for the people?
Yeah, we're trying to really show what's important during part of the game that you're at. So while you're back,
This, for the record, real quick, this is a screen I was talking about, where you can kind of see where everything is and sequencing that they're doing. So especially for ambushing, this is gonna be, I think a lot of people are gonna be using that this year.
if you're holding
Just
on to
saying.
PC pitch history, we have some stuff there that's going to help you choose which side you want to.
That's gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge.
Just tons of online
I think this is gonna be huge.
that's been done.
This is gonna be a
Looking forward to
big map to see.
sitting down with all of you.
Just saying.
We've shown you a ton of the great new additions to MLB The Show 25. I think it's time to just get our hands dirty and start playing.
Going down, Gil.
All right, so that was the premiere. We'll watch a little bit of the questions. They did an hour of questions. We'll see if there's anything of note here. Like I said, we don't necessarily need to watch the whole thing.
MLB The Show took time to actually create the game. It's a little bit more difficult, I think, for people
But-
to realize to create the balance once you get.
Oh,
About it. But before we get into the bigger details, Gil, where did ambush come from?
is there anything worth? Wow. So talk about ambush. Oh,
How ambush is affecting gameplay, what you're gonna
so works within hitting zone. Okay, so this is one thing I think they were talking about. So ambush hitting, when it's good, it'll drop to vet. When it's bad, it'll go to legend. So I think that's for the reason why you have GOAT. Because Hall of Fame, it's gonna be GOAT if it's bad. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else? What's this? Control? Ooh. Oh, so this is the PCI anchor. So right, you can be middle. Okay, interesting. Thermometer accuracy. I'm just trying to look and see if there's other stuff in here. Oh, this is what I wanted. I saw this and I want. Let's see.
minus the arm strength. What you're going to see is everybody's fielding attributes. So 53 fielding for Ryan Reynolds, who keeps messing up in left right now.
Interesting.
Common fielder, 50 reaction, 56 arm accuracy. Basically, what we're doing is exposing the players that are struggling on specific plays when they're struggling, and really showing when those guys are getting great, when those diamond players are doing things exceptionally well consistently. We're trying to basically show the good players doing good things and expose why a player is not doing something successfully.
Yeah, you hit it. You hit it well, Connor. I mean, so you're not gonna, if you have like an 80 guy out there gold, you're not gonna see any icons. And the reason being is because we're essentially trying to show you the reason why this guy keeps making mistakes is because he's a bronze or common player. So we're just force feeding you an example of
Bad influence.
This guy made an error, and then
So the idea is, hey, we're gonna bum rush the guys who suck.
and it's a reminder. I gotta replace this guy. I
Gotcha.
gotta get somebody better out there. I
there's a whole.
To fill this team.
Yeah, spend them stubs.
Because he's killing me out here, right? And on the flip side of that, in the video and the stream, right?
Wait, what was that?
Like robbing home runs is kind of my thing. Jason Dominguez, for whatever reason, is just so fantastic with that.
By the way, kudos to actually rocking that White Sox shirt. It's bravery after that season they've had.
Because we're changing when and how you can press the jump button.
Oh, that's hilarious. They had the they left the thing on. So the air. Oh, this is okay. So that's it. There you go, guys. You want to see all the stuff that you see? There you go. Let's see. So the home run robberies. I don't think there's anything spectacular there. First person, yeah. I think that's about it. So yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be. There's definitely more. I think to show. And again, there's a lot. It was an hour and a half. And I think they. So certainly make sure you're using good fielders. I guess. Sure. So that was the first feature premiere. Again, we got through maybe the first half hour. Like I said, I didn't want to make a 90-minute video on this because of all the insider stuff and informational leak and come as it is. You know what? Here, hold on. Let's do something. We're doing this live because I don't want to hit pause. Let's go through because I know the scan here will have some stuff. Let's see what he got here. Don't need to warm up pitches. I just want to make sure there's nothing. Go difficulties ranked 1. Oh, go rating is 4,000 plus. Here, let's go back to this screen. Let me see. We'll switch. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. So we talked about go kicks to be 1,000 plus. They did confirm sweeper is a new pitch. By the way, somewhere in there. Here's a look at the feeling after you can see in game now. So this is what we were talking about last screen where we talked about, and then I'm guessing this is the ball thing. So that's, I guess, new, but the reaction icon and I think speed, right? Yeah, speed. Okay, speed PCI anchor you can show. Yeah, and this is all the stuff we were talking about. But yeah, that's essentially it for the most part. Like I said, I think there's gonna be a lot more. This is sort of step 1 for the next 28 days or 25 days or whatever the hell it is, 35. We'll see what happens. Again, I think there's a lot. I'm going to just state this for the record when it comes to games. I anticipate nothing. I expect nothing, and that's kind of where I'm gonna be. But I have hopes. It seems like they're sort of working on stuff. I just know, like, seeing stuff and playing it's two totally different things. But I give them credit for at least trying to break things down at least a little bit more fluidly in certain spots. But we'll sort of see how this stuff ebbs and flows and continues and all that fun stuff. But that puts a halo over this one. I have no clue what I'm saying. But that was the first one. We'll be back probably the next couple of days for just a little bit more. Stay tuned for all the MLB Show news and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you guys all in the next one.